guys, Gabriella here. Welcome back to the channel. In the past few weeks, I have been sharing some tips on how to lose fat and maintain the muscle mass on my Instagram stories, and I have thought I would share that with you guys here on YouTube as well. You might be wondering why I said maintain the muscle while losing fat and not to build muscle as any other influencer out there. There is a reason behind it, so let me clarify. As we all know very well, in order to lose fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit. There is no other possible way. Now, if you're in a calorie deficit, it is not the greatest place or environment for your muscles to grow. Optimal place would be maintenance or calorie surplus. Also, what many people do not understand, when you're dieting down, you are indeed losing the body weight. However, this does not mean that you are only losing it from the fat stores. You can also lose your muscle, and that's why it's so important to continue lifting the weights, eating enough protein, and making sure that you are maintaining your strength as well. And this is exactly why our main priority is to maintain as much muscle as possible while we are dieting down, and not to build them, not because we do not want to, but it is just not very realistic. Can you build muscle and lose fat at the same time? Sure, but this is very exclusive only to the people who are absolute beginners and do not have the experience of building muscle or lifting weights before they start, and also they have been training less than 6 months. There are also different scenarios. For example, if you have had the muscle previously already, and let's say you have taken a longer break from lifting weights, maybe a couple of months or couple of years, or you have had an injury and you have been incapable of lifting weights and you have lost some muscle mass, that's where you can go back to the training, start lifting weights again, and you can possibly lose fat and build the muscle at the same time. However, if you are more advanced, you've been training for more than 6 months continuously, or maybe even a couple of years, it will be very hard for you to do both things at the same time. Another huge misconception is that in order to lose fat, you need to be aiming for high intensity, mainly cardio workouts, or even if you're lifting weight, it needs to be very high reps and lightweight, which again is very incorrect. So as you can see, whether I'm building muscle, whether I'm losing fat, I'm in the dieting phase, or even last year when I was preparing for my competition, I have been doing basically the same training. I have not changed almost anything. I have been always focusing on getting stronger continuously, because if you will change your training and now start lifting light, reduce the volume, you will have greater potential to lose your muscle. And if you will lose more muscle, then you will lose less fat. So again, what we want to focus on, losing as much fat as possible in the dieting phase and maintain as much muscle as we can. But let's get to the actual workout. So today I'm doing glutes again. I have started my workout with the dynamic stretching, of course. If you want more information on that, please check my other videos when I explain it more in depth. I have done 2 variations of the Romanian deadlifts, and now I'm doing the calf squat bridges. This is basically the same exercise as the hip thrust, with the difference of the range of motion, where we are focusing exactly on that top position where the glutes are working the hardest. I'm just preparing my weights for the last set, which should be the hardest one. And just mind that the most important thing about doing any type of hip thrust or calf squat bridges is having the bench high enough, but also not too high. It should be around the knee level. If you're using that box so that you can see in the back, maybe not. If it's too low, then you will not get the most of your glutes. You will be just engaging your quads too much, and this is really that I see all the time. So just please make sure that you are not doing the same mistakes as many other people, especially if you want to maximize your glute growth and minimize your legs and especially the quads engaging in this movement and taking over. I've completed 4 sets and this is the actual drop set. I have dropped a little bit of weight, I believe around 10 kilos at this point. This is where you normally drive this last drop set till the failure. However, I have managed another 10 reps, which can tell that the 4th set that I have done was still kind of light for me. Not too light, but I mean, I could have done heavier weight. The next exercise I'm doing is a dumbbell glute step up. I have noticed some people calling it step downs. I wouldn't say there is any difference. What they mean normally is that they are trying to control that way on the way down, but what we need to understand is where the glutes are working the hardest here, which will be at the bottom of the movement. That is where you should be focusing on the movement, not going super slow from the top, because your glutes are not recruiting there very much, so it doesn't make that much of the difference. You're just making yourself too tired. Let me know if you would like me to break down the form of this exercise down in the comments. At this point I was getting a little bit tired and wanted to finish the session. However, I still have 2 more exercises to go. Next to last is the 45-degree hyperextension, focusing on training the glutes in the shortened position. And I'm finishing off with an isolation movement, which in this session is the 45-degree hip abduction, or you could call it glute medius kickback. The difference between the regular kickback, where you are kicking straight to the back, is that in that variation you will be training your glute max. However, in this case I'm kicking to the 45-degree angle and I'm targeting my glute medius instead. Of course, I have also done my stretching after the session, but I have not recorded it. After training, we usually go to the grocery store to get any items that we are missing. I would say this is one of my favorite parts of the day, apart from eating and training, of course. I haven't been sharing my nutrition recently too much because I just think that it's too boring and I'm really rotating the same meals every single day, apart from the weekends when we usually eat at the restaurants or beach club. I do not restrict any foods from my diet. I always eat everything. So I'm eating carbs, I'm eating sugar on a daily basis, and of course most of that is coming from the fruit, which is nutritious. My main goal while dieting down is to fuel my body to be able to perform and also maintain the energy levels throughout the day, rather than to restrict and then feel miserable, which I'm also teaching my clients. And besides training and nutrition, it is important to move the body on a daily basis, not only in the gym, so just make sure that you are moving enough every single day. Please like the video and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!